myself and I, it's all I got in the end. It's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Controlling to say that you love me, but you don't. Your family told me one day I would see it on my own. Next thing I know, I'm dealing with your 3 kids in my home. Love is so blind, it feels right when it's wrong. Now that it's over, stop calling me. Come pick up your clothes. Ain't no need to front like you're still with me. All your homies know. Even your very best friend tried to warn me on the low. Took me some time, but now I am strong because I realize I've got me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. I be myself and I know that I will never be just myself and I. It's all I got in the end. It's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Controlling to say that you love me, but you don't. Your family told me one day I would see it on my own. Next thing
Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Welcome. It's a happy Friday. It is a happy Friday anytime we get into some Tyler Perry. When I tell you I'm ready, I'm so ready because I watched this like early in the AM. I probably should have waited because Tyler needs to be digested on a full stomach. I don't know what I was thinking about. I don't know what I was thinking about. But if you are just getting in here, you already know the drill. Be sure to show us some love. Let us know what you thought about this film if you've seen it. And also hit that like button, share, and bring it in and get the conversation going because I am really, really curious. Speaking of being curious, you know that I am not here alone to discuss this movie. Got my guest backstage. B. Avery to be exact. B. Avery, just my opinion is in the house. Are you ready to talk about Duplicity?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I am. I am. Hello, hello. How y'all doing out there?
Oh man, I, I'm excited, B, but I am not a fan.
But
I'm not a fan, but I'm gonna try to do justice with the film. But I do want to know, just real quick, what were your initial thoughts in so many words from beginning to end?
before that, I gotta say something else. If you can just give me the stage real quick, I just gotta applaud you real quick, Tyra. I'm very very proud of you. I remember a number of years ago when you popped up on my feed. I was like, who is this young lady with all these extravagant facial expressions on her thumbnail, talking so negative about all these movies? I got to know you. You have grown so much, just as a person, as a character, as a content creator, inside and out across the board. I mean, the way you are producing these lives, I mean, it's just smooth like butter. And I have enjoyed your growth, and I'm excited to see you reach even higher heights. So big ups to you, and also thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it. To answer your question, going into this, I was like, okay, this is another Tyler Perry movie, but with me, it's a flip of the coin. I've had comments from people just saying, "Oh, why you're talking about Tyler Perry? You hate Tyler Perry. You just talking about Tyler Perry." But I liked his last film, the Crazy Eight.
Triple Eight.
Six,
Mhm.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Go down the list, and I probably like a good half of his films. So it's like a flip of the coin. I was going into this just thinking, okay, we don't know. It could be good. It could be bad. I saw the trailer. The trailer looked entertaining, but it also looked annoying. But starting off the film, I was going in just thinking that it was a big pile of crap from your reaction, your review, your statements that you said yesterday, like it's a waste of time, and I think you have wasteful and ridiculous. And I was like, yeah, she's probably right. You saying people can act. I feel I'm 50-50. The acting in this movie was not that bad at times from certain actors and actresses. Ron Rico can
Yeah.
act. Tyler Lepley can act. They were fine. The other two women, was it Meagan Tandy and Kat Graham? I'm not too familiar with them, but I recognize their faces. Sometime they were decent in the film. Sometime I was like, what the hell? Did y'all graduate from acting school yesterday? I thought the whole subject matter was a bit like 8 years too late. This is a film that I wanted to see in 2016 or 17. Across the board, I feel like we're past all of this.
Yeah.
The conversation in the media and how to express ourselves and how we feel. I mean, we've done this number before the pandemic. So it's like, why are we readdressing this now? It is annoying. However, I knew at one point in the movie, I was like, there has to be a twist coming. I did not see the twist coming.
Of course.
It's one of the worst twists ever on the man. I mean, this movie had hope. It did. I didn't expect to run out of here and just say to myself, man, that was a damn good Tyler Perry movie. But I ran out of here just saying, okay, it wasn't the best. But if you don't have nothing to do and you're at home on a Friday night, evening, or a weekend, and you just want something entertaining just to kind of pass the time, go ahead and play Duplicity. You know, you may recommend it to your mama or your auntie, but that ending, man, God, it's one of the worst. It was almost like Acrimony Part 2. So,
yeah.
The beginning, I was like, okay, we got some potential. The end, you know, I'm just it's no.
Now, when I say wasteful and ridiculous, I mean that in the best way. Okay. I mean that in the best way. It's kind of me going into these films knowing exactly what to expect from, who's directing, writing, and producing. First of all, B, thank you for giving me my flowers. Like, thank you.
Of course.
I appreciate that because you didn't have to say that. Thank you. You're trying to give me emotion on this live. You guys, Ashley may or may not be joining us tonight, but show her some love in the chat just in case she does make it. And even if she doesn't, she, had an emergency tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and get started because what really touched me was just seeing and hearing the way a lot of the actors spoke about this film. So I wanted to look at something really fast.
The importance of telling Black stories in media is absolutely pivotal.
You know, if we don't tell them, I don't think they'll get told. If they don't get told, then we're just kind of these stereotypes, and a lot of times they're just not authentic depictions of who we are as a community.
I think one of the things that we see with Black stories or Black individuals is how strong we are. And that's definitely one of the pieces, that's one of the hues of the rainbow of who we are, for sure. It's definitely one of the colors. But, we're much more than that. We're much more human than that.
And it is a fight, right? Like, it's not easy to get these kinds of films and shows necessarily made. There are a lot of people in Hollywood that are not interested in empowering our voices. At a certain point, we have to take the power back.
And the fact that we have a film that is actually being like, "Rar, here you are, big screen, now you gotta listen." It's very much needed. And I think it's just an absolute privilege that I get to be a part of that.
Now, I wanted to play that because I went to a few of the actors here. We are familiar with many of the faces here, but I just wanted to see maybe the press run and how they felt about the film. And they spoke so highly of it. And I'm going to come to you first, B, because I want to know where this movie kind of falls for you as far as Tyler Perry films. Not some of the OGs, because we know what A Diary of a Black Woman's and all of the ones that are more so based off of plays. I'm talking Netflix deal, Jazzman's Blues, A Fall from Grace, those, Mea Culpa, the more recent things. Where does Duplicity fall for you? What are the pros and the cons of watching this film?
I get the only pro is I get to see a lot of Black people on screen. I mean, I recognize them. I can't necessarily say I relate, but at least Black people are on the screen. I hate that I used to think this way. I don't anymore. But at sometimes I would use certain movies or TV shows to voice how I feel to a different group if I wasn't able to express it or articulate it myself.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I'm going through. This is how I feel. Watch this movie, and you'll understand my life or where I come from. I don't feel that way about this movie at all, and not saying that I should or that was Tyler Perry's job. But if you hear the cast, the talent saying that they're proud to be a part of Black storytelling,
Yeah.
you know, why was this synopsis chose? For Tyler Perry, I'm disappointed because for Tyler Perry to write a movie and direct a movie about a topic that's so polarizing and triggering,
Yeah.
it's like, is this all you had in your imaginary hat to pour out of? And then if you're going to do that, take it more seriously.
Yeah.
Get some more. I mean, like, if you're gonna okay, police brutality, Black man gunned unarmed, murdered unarmed, you know, reminds me of George Floyd. You know, if that doesn't cross your mind when it comes to this movie or topic, you're lying, in my opinion. You
Yeah.
can respectfully let me know in the comment section if you disagree. Tyra, during that time, I've never been more upset in my entire life. You know, I was that pissed off and furious. I mean, I spoke to people that I haven't spoke to in a long time, just, you know, just about how angry I was. And so you take this movie and, you know, you just kind of treat it like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich
Yeah.
instead of a Thanksgiving dinner. It's a bit insulting, especially coming from a Black man who I know is talented. I'm speaking about Tyler Perry. It's like, man, I know you're more talented than this, you know. Don't give me a microwave, you know, drive-through meal. You know, put some effort and some oomph in it, and I would appreciate it because it's emotional. I didn't attach I wasn't sad when Rodney died. Like, oh damn it. Or
Get into Rodney because what was that?
or what is his wife's name in here? Poor Marley. I wasn't thinking that. I was just like, run of the mill. Let's get through this. Who pulled the trigger, really? You know, type thing. So, I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling now. I hope that answers your question.
You know, you're okay, B. Well, where does this fall for you as far as his?
Oh yeah, I was way off. Goodness gracious. This is you have the top, middle, and the bottom trash. This is at the top of the trash. Mia Coppola is still worse than this.
What?
Acrimony is still worse than this. Fall from Grace is still worse from this. And I'm not saying that this is good, but yeah.
I'm a complete opposite, B. I prefer those films just because of the the latter. Like you said, the pros with this film are that I did enjoy the cast speaking on how they felt about this film. Let me get this super chat here because I also saw the comment underneath that was like, well, what movie did they make to have these sentiments? Thank you so much, Jancis Atlantis, for the $4.99. Yes, B. Avery, I love this crossover. You guys' energy is infectious. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just want to like really get into the feelings that Tyler Perry is maybe able to give, whether it's some of the vets that we see in his projects or some up and comers or some people who may have been kind of floundering with their acting, not given as many opportunities, but you know, you're going to see them in a Tyler Perry project and they're, you know, from what the actors are saying, it's an opportunity. I'm going to be seen. I'm going to be paid. It's going to be like really, really good. But you just may happen to get a film that is just not so great. Does that continue to trump the quality of the projects that we're getting? Because across the board, I think everybody's, I guess, I don't want to say excuse at this point is Tyler Perry is giving Black people jobs. And it's just like, okay, that's cool. As far as ranking, this is going to rank towards the bottom for me, at least with the Mea Culpas or A Fall from Grace. It's so bad it's good territory. This isn't so bad it's good for me. You don't take on this type of subject matter, in my opinion, and treat it so lightly, so lightly and so carelessly. This was very much so this. I was like, can we not? I was really hoping from that trailer, even though it's clearly obvious. I was like, Tyler Perry, let's not make this a moment. Can we not make this moment? Because I was so scarce with how he would handle it, and he handled it pretty much exactly how I thought he maybe would. Once we got into just I guess the heavier portions of the story where we are supposed to invoke feelings of here, I felt just like you did, like this feels really dated. And not that there's ever a time and place for this, but we do know that there was this surgence of, the Queen and Slims and the police, stops that turn into unfortunate situations where typically black men, black women are losing their lives. It's very serious and it's always happening. It may not be as prevalent right now because it's not in, it's always happening. But uh I prefer the Mea Culpas or the Fall from Graces because that's just that. And that's not any better. How many downtrodden taking advantage of, oh, my husband's tired, he beating on me, I gotta go to church. That's always there, but this was just too heavy for him to handle, in my opinion. And I feel like it was extremely careless
100%.
for me. So
Right.
that's why this is going to rank a bit higher than those situations. Do you feel like with the film that we got that this was the right narrative to choose?
No, not at all, not at all. I mean, I'm offended by it. It's just make it, if you're gonna do this, just make the execution a bit more realistic.
Yeah.
Like the phone call from the anonymous person that's calling the white lady, and it's just like, this is serious. A man died. So if you're gonna put us in a vehicle to get us to that point, like at least let the audience feel like, okay, I can see where the cops came from. But
Yeah.
this is just a fart in the wind. Just like I get a phone call. Oh, I have not seen anyone jump to a conclusion this far in my entire life. Oh, they're robbing the house. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. Can there be some type of investigation? I mean, just the small details of Rodney walking out around the corner like he was not a threat.
Yeah.
He wasn't a threat. I mean, he was moving slow. Tara, I am not a marksman. I have probably been to the range no more than 15 times in my entire life.
Yeah.
Been to a organized class less than 5 times. I can tell you that I have better aim than these cops in these movies or in real life. And that's just what makes it more painful. Like, I'm just looking at this movie like Tyler Perry. Why could you not have had the cop shoot the person in the legs? And they had some comedy there, and it's just,
I didn't have a problem with that, B.
It's really it's frustrating because it feels like Tyler Perry had like a Blue Lives All Lives Matter hat on, or a Blue Lives Matter hat on, like he was wanting to get us to side with the cops, in this film, just for that particular scene right there. But I know you if you disagree, it's cool.
No, I did. We're gonna disagree if we're gonna do nothing else. I did not have a problem with the approach of the cops and him being unarmed, and we're at close blank range. We didn't, take the time to see what and if he was pulling out anything. Per usual, you can sometimes just be standing around doing nothing in the wrong neighborhood, and this is what you're doing, and you're just shot. There doesn't have to be any rhyme or reason to it, or any desire, it seems, to subdue a black man in a matter that doesn't take his life. So that wasn't the issue for me. The issue for me was using this narrative as the backdrop of corruption with these cheaters, and we trying to make this money. I was like, we could have used so many different scenarios to get to that ending than to use this. It felt very careless, but he did try to shine a light on how the majority is going to rule. We're going to be on the right side of the law, because these things do happen. It's not like it was completely fictitious. I just thought that it didn't belong here, and it was extremely careless. And then you had to have 3 corrupted black people to set this black man up. I was like, we could have most definitely used something else. But y'all already know how I feel about films, and about having a few receipts before we get started with anything. So we got a couple of little scenes, 2 minutes of this film to be exact, just to give you a feel of what's going on in this film that I may or may not have had a problem with. Let's check out these
You gotta be ready
folks.
on the draw, no matter what. Cop yells gun, you shoot. You know that, right? Yes, sir. Okay.
They say I'm a racist, but I'm not.
And I saw a black man in a hoodie walking outside behind your house.
What? I need the police. Someone is breaking into my neighbor's house. He's a black man.
Police, put your hands up! Put your hands up!
Which one of you sons of bitches shot my husband?
Report on every bit of this until we get to the bottom of why this keeps happening.
So damn tired when these white officers killing us, getting away with it.
The white officer murdered my husband, and this is his funeral. Spread the word that no black man is safe in this city. None. And I'm mad as hell. And I won't take this. Get out!
Kevin, get the fuck out, man.
What will I do for money?
He didn't have insurance.
I did it for Tony.
You only got $300,000 for Tony.
The max that I could get in his case. I really don't know why. He didn't tell me that.
The acting is so bad.
Yeah, from them.
That's how I like to fight. You should consider handing this off to someone else at your firm. You are too close.
I have something.
Was it just fine?
I mean, it looked like a gun to me.
You don't have to murder. They shot to kill him. Why not just wound him?
But you gotta let me fight. You gotta let me feel like I am still fighting for him.
God, why didn't you tell me? I should have gone on that run with you. You should have told
Part
me.
of it though.
It's very hard to watch that.
Can you let me out of this van? Don't touch me!
Of course you do. It's Tony, baby. I'm your dream man. Remember?
What better way to send him off than this? Using the political narratives. It was perfect.
So nobody can act anymore is what we're saying.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying. That's
The importance
what I
of telling
got
black
from the
stories in
film.
media
I don't
is
want to speak to anybody else and what maybe somebody else got, but the acting in this film was atrocious in my opinion. And I just, with me really getting into these Tyler Perry films as of lately, I feel like it's strategic because I will see the likes of a Richard Lawson, Debbie Morgan. We have bets, or we have somebody like let me think who's here. Even Cat Graham, who's here as our lead, Marley here, Rico or Tyler. I've seen these people execute roles in a completely different way. But for whatever reason, as soon as we get over here into these Tyler Perry productions, I'm sorry, I feel like this is strategic on Tyler Perry's part. I feel like he tells these people, get in there, ham it up. Anything you ever thought you learned from an acting school, like just go with the flow or just spit fire. Don't worry about what's on that script. Just it feels forced. I feel like this is now a light or a way, because when Tyler does maybe try to push more into his productions like A Jazzman's Blues or maybe 6888, I feel like it isn't as praised or viral as some of these things are that are just like, really, we really didn't try to be advocating for these actors to do their best that we've seen them do in other countless situations, and then we get here and it's just non-existent. I feel like this is done on purpose now, whether it's this, whether it's a Mea Culpa, whether it's Beauty in Black, which we also discussed a couple weeks ago. I feel like this is the narrative to like, okay, yeah, let's just get the people talking in the worst way possible. That has to be it. There is no way in hell that we are bringing these professional people here acting, going through these scenes, and this is the result, and we put this out and think that it's good. There's no way in hell. This is Marley, a Tyler Perry universe lawyer. That's what I call her, because every single Tyler Perry film, there's going to be a lawyer somewhere. Somebody's going to be a lawyer, or somebody's going to be in marketing. They're going to have them same jobs every single time. She's a Tyler Perry universe lawyer because we're also a lawyer, but it's, you know, we're also naive at times. We are not seeing the forest for the trees exactly with what's happening in our face. I think the agenda with, of course, the mourning wife and everybody was just extremely in your face. It was hard to miss, but somehow we absolutely missed it. But she's fighting for this injustice, and she's gonna get the money, and you won't be killing another black man on my watch. I'm gonna make them pay. All the while, it's the circus around her, and we're being oblivious to it. B, how did you feel about Marley?
She can't act. Well, I mean, she was fine. But what was annoying, and I think somebody was like, the acting is cringe, is when she went into, I don't know, the mayor's office or the other black lady start working out the settlement. She had so much confidence,
Yeah.
As if she was like, I'm gonna go down there and lay out the law and it's gonna go exactly my way. But when there was pushback, that's she didn't have a leg to stand on. And the acting got worse from her and the other person. I mean, it was decent when they were just conversing in a normal tone, but when they tried to raise their voice or show moments of sadness, it was nails on a chalkboard. You have that picture at the bottom right. I probably should have knew that. What is his name in the Tony
Crenshaw,
because he was the perfect husband, or not husband, but the perfect boyfriend. But I was annoyed with Marley too, because he was, before we knew he was evil, he was going out of his way trying to, like, hey baby, I let you sleep, I took care of this, I made this phone call, I called the job, and it kind of just seemed like nothing he did was good enough. And I'm just like, man, just accept the man's help, like he's trying to be what you expect him to be, but you're not allowing him to do that. So that was annoying. I mean, I respected her character because she wanted justice.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, she's cute. But yeah, other than that, the acting, was annoying at times. So
I mean, that's yet again another. I mean, I was already kind of not. I won't say annoyed because I already know what to expect. But I would think with the gravity that Rodney, this cheating husband, whatever you want him to be, he's still a victim. The weight he's supposed to hold here in the show or the movie, we need to give Rodney a little bit more time to cook. We don't need to kill Rodney like 3 minutes into the movie.
100%.
So unjustly like that, because he's supposed to hold so much weight here for us to care about him getting, the redemption, and he's a victim.
Right.
And we're just immediately kind of into Kat, and more so is Fela feeling, some type of way about, I guess the damage that's done to their marriage.
Something that could have helped is like to connect us to the moment, or the character cared about the relationship, is if we saw an intimate moment between them.
Yeah.
So that when he does die, we miss him. Like, dang, she ain't gonna be able to have the walks on the beach, or the dinner, or the nice love making scene, or whatever the hell, like him. There was no like, man, this really sucks for her.
Yeah.
I wanted their relationship to win. And also, I have to agree with you. Well, you said that you feel like Tyler Perry is doing this on purpose.
Yeah.
I don't know if purpose would be the word I would use, but there's definitely a high level of apathy there, to where he just doesn't care and just is trying to push this out. Because I do agree with you 100%. A lot of this talent can act in other projects, but when they come to Tyler Perry, it's just like they got hit with the Men in Black gun and forgot everything. Case in point, your boy Trevante Rhodes.
Yeah,
he's a great actor. Fantastic. He did the Mike Tyson thing. He did this movie, great. But and Mia Culpa, it was crap.
Yeah.
So Tyler, you are the common denominator, sir. I just had to put it out there.
It's either, if it's not completely intentional, which I'm gonna stick with, it's that process of like, oh, we shot Duplicity in 8 days, and it's just like, well, yeah, how great do you expect it to be if you're putting such, a time crunch on these actors? And it's just kind of probably a one take rule in effect, and we're just going with that because Marley, Kat Graham's acting, who I was really happy to see here, because if you're familiar with her in her journey on Vampire Diaries and how she was treated as one of the only few Black actresses in the cast, and isolated, and her hair, it's just been a really poor journey for her. So to even see her message on kind of open letter to Tyler Perry about how great this opportunity was for her and the experience, and she just appreciated it so much. I wish the acting showed that, because this was bad. This was really, really bad on that part. And yeah, we just really needed that Rodney to stick because a lot of her backing to be motivated to drive is just like, oh, this is not just some random, this is my best friend and he was shot down. And I was like, it never gave best friend. Tyler does a really good job at giving us a cluster of characters. Somebody's going to be diabolical. Most of the time it's a man, and he immediately lays it on us that like none of these people seem to actually coexist and like each other. Like Tyra, let the people like each other and then get into the dysfunction. It's just automatic. I hate you. Like, okay.
Of the movie, like that wouldn't have taken place. Like that whole gym workout thing, like it before the meeting is set up, people would have known who was fond of each other, and it wouldn't have been a thing. Don't invite them back. That's not realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, come on. I can't even talk, but no, that's just silly from the start.
It is. It was bad. I really wanted to stick with Marley, but Kat's acting was laughable, and I couldn't commit to her. It was quite funny, but let's move on to the rest of the cast.
That funeral, yeah, that was the word when the reporter showed up.
Now, this is I believe my first introduction. A lot of the time with Tyler situations, later on, I will go and seek these actors out.
I'm laughing at your caption.
It is. This is what she said. I'm mad as hell, and this is a funeral. I was like, what? Who? The dialogue is always a choice, but she's supposed to be, the mourning wife. I'm going to go and look her up. I think it said her name was Meagan Tanner, or sorry if I'm getting her name wrong, but I'm going to look her up to
Meagan Tandy.
Yeah, Tandy, to see what else she's been in, because sadly, I have learned not to take the introduction of new actresses or actors to me just based off of face value on what they're doing in Tyler Perry situations, because I'll see them elsewhere and I'm like, oh, this is so much better. Like, I didn't get this watching you there. So I'm going to go find her somewhere else because this was bad. Just like Kat Graham. At least with I'm not going to say at least. My issue with Kat was a lot of the times with her delivery, it felt very mush and extremely I couldn't understand what Kat's character was saying a few of the times, and I was like, I really wish he allowed her to run that again when she was supposed to be overly emotional in the scene. It seems like he just told Fela to be just be upset, just yell at the camera. That seemed to be the only ounce of direction that she got, and I was like, how are we like these are just some of the simplest mistakes they're just unforgivable at this point. You are supposed to be manipulating this, be the mourning sad wife until you get the money that you're clearly vying for. And laying low. She did everything but that. Leave me alone. She's burning these man's photos in the yard. Every chance she gets, she's lashing out at Ronrico's characters. You clearly see that, there's something there. I was just like, let's just get to the point where we realize that she's sleeping with Ronrico or whatever's going on, because we knew that was that. But you can tell she was in. What pissed me off the most was literally as soon as the movie begins and Rodney's about to be set up to be shot, we have the phone call of the anonymous black woman saying, hey, there's a black man. You should call the guy. It's clearly her. And it's like, why could we not, did a voice change on that? That just took me out, that we didn't even think, you know what, maybe we should try to disguise her voice so we might not be able to guess that it's her on the other end of the phone. But she's, a victim of the Tyler Perry writing. You get one emotion. You're either happy, sad, mad, angry, and you commit to that the entire time. What did you think about this mourning wife, B?
Yeah, they kind of, you're right. And they kind of fast forward through the emotion and not let you sit with it. Like, you already know how she feels, so let's just move on to the next scene.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that exactly is when she found the news out at the hospital, she ran in there. The doctor came over in 0.5 seconds. He didn't even say anything. It was just a cone of silence. He nodded his head, walked away, did a 180 beeline, and she just passed out to the ground, and the scene faded away. No, let us sit with that for a good 30 or 45 seconds. But the acting is not good, so it probably is best that they did fast forward. But that's just not the best filmmaking right there. You either fast forward through the emotion, but when you give it to her, she's screaming. Like you said, I'm loud and mad as hell. So the morning wife, yeah, she was burning the photos. Also when she woke up from the drugs that apparently Ron Rico gave her.
Yeah.
But why would he do that anyway if they were
I
in?
don't think he gave her any drugs, B. I think at that moment when we clearly knew that it was Ron Rico jumping out of that window, she was just pretending. She was supposed to be pretending this entire time, but we can't buy into it if she's saying things like, this man been dead for all of 2 seconds. What am I going to do for money? He got a whole gym, this big house, but he doesn't have any life insurance.
I honestly did not know that she was in on it until
Really?
she in the boat. Like I knew there was a farce when what's the name? The friend, not what's when not Marley.
Yeah.
When Marley went to the house and she started talking to the white lady, I was like, oh, okay, this is a setup. Like I don't know who the black lady is, but I didn't know that it was Fela or whatever. So yeah, I didn't put that together until the end. I knew Ron Rico was a part of it, just the way that he was acting. But that was a surprise. She sucks. To answer your question, I don't like her, the morning wife. The whole like, what are we going to do for money? I thought that was disgusting. I mean, I know that. I mean, it's okay for a man to be the provider and pay 100% of the bills. Especially if that's the agreement that y'all have. Live y'all's marriage the way you want. Whatever makes you happy. But I gotta say, I did have a disdain for her then. I kind of turned on my face when she was, oh, what am I gonna do? It made my liking for her go down.
B, the way I would have loved to have went into this and not know that she was a nefarious scumbag. I got it right away.
Oh,
I did. Thank you so much, Jancis Atlantis, for the second super chat. Remember, y'all, TP thinks quality work, highbrow Negroes. He doesn't respect his audience. You know what? I think the opposite, Jantis, because there is a market and an audience completely dedicated to Tyler Perry movies in his writing, and they will look at this and feel that it's just as exceptional as one of the best movies on its best day. Like, there's an audience, there's a market for it. I'm just not that market. Thank you so much, Jancis. I appreciate you. Yeah, when she did the whole, it wasn't. Tyler always writes it to go a tad too far. It's already performative at the funeral. This is my husband's funeral and he died. I was like, oh, God, all right, that's that. But when she says, like, I have to, be concerned about money. He took care of everything. I'm like, well, sis, aren't you like a news anchor? Like, okay. There's that. But when she says like, well, I'm going to get you the money. You don't have to worry about it. She's like, well, you only got him $300K. Like, where do you get? I'm like, we don't need to have her say those things, Tyler, if we want her to be believable as the mourning wife who is just insufferable because she lost her husband. You already didn't give us 5 minutes to even maybe pretend that they were happily married. All of the cheating and those things could have unfolded, but we knew right off the bat that both of these couples, like, they just, that was also an issue. There wasn't any real chemistry with any of these actors and actresses for me. It just, but that's what happens when it's rushed. But yeah, she was hilarious in the worst way, and the acting was very, very poor. And I'm gonna watch her in something else to get the gist of what she can do, because this wasn't it. Because she was just mad and screaming all the freaking time.
Yeah.
But leaving that was good, B. I got her right away. I was like, she ain't no good. Can we just get to the point?
Yeah, that got me. That tricked me.
Oh, man. Now we got Tyler, the P.I. Tyler, but Tony. P.I. Crenshaw. I said Tony Crenshaw. Tyler in these names always. Tony Crenshaw. Mr. Trust me, I'm the broke boyfriend of 8 months. We never believed you, Tony. Unfortunately, I never believed that Tony was a good guy. So that ending's not gonna, like, oh my goodness, meet at the end. it's once again Tyler laying that groundwork and talking a little bit too much in the beginning. And it's, oh, we set you up with him and y'all have been together for 8 months. And ooh, remember when you helped him get that money because he lost his job because he was clearly a dirty cop this entire time, in on it. But it was a finesse situation. And it's like, well, if we could finesse Cat Graham's character in this light, what can we really do? And if we really get to scamming and do this all out shooting scene with the likes of Rodney, that was there. But I've seen better from Tyler. Tyler is not my favorite actor.
Okay.
He is one that is really like, I love him in The Pink. I feel like that's the best I've seen him as far as what his capabilities when he's just really committed and heightened. And I even thought he was good in Harlem. But Tyler is an actor to where if you don't give him time to cook and direction or maybe a take or two to say, hey, maybe even Cat Graham and, you know, these ladies like, hey, you want to run that again or deliver a bit more? Because this is very run of the mill. We have him kind of being what feels to be like typecast at this point as, you know, he's going to be the muscle, the attractive, you know, boyfriend. There's that. But I want a little bit more for him. But Tyler's delivery in a scene most often just feels like he's just talking. It doesn't feel like acting to me. B, how do you feel about Tony Crenshaw?
I agree with you as far as I think P-Valley was the best that I've seen him in. He was much better than this. But honestly, Tyra, he was the best in this.
The best here. No, I'll say that.
Okay, yeah,
He was the best here, but that's not hard to be who he's standing next to.
This is true. We agree. Out of everybody, he was the best here. So I guess that kind of blinded me to seeing any shortfalls from his role, because I mean, other than him participating in that final act, you know, that was wasteful right there. You just threw the best character, you just threw him in the toilet. I didn't mind him. I mean, I loved his energy when the shooter pulled up to the crib and he came out there with his gun. You know, like, I will blow you away. I mean, that's what's up right there. You know, he was trying to give his wife or his girlfriend direction, but he was also a bit nervous because, you know, he's trying to keep his head on a swivel. To me, that was very, very realistic. You know, like, I don't know if women ever notice. Okay, short story real quick. You know, I went to Cali last year for my birthday. I was checking in my hotel. I tried to tell a quick story. Checking in my hotel, man showed up with his family and they had missed their check-in time, or they was too early for their check-in time. So they had all their luggage there, but they didn't have anywhere to go. Okay, I'm doing this solo. And he was trying, the hotel clerk was trying to tell him, like, hey, just leave your luggage right here. Your room will be ready in a few hours. Go get some breakfast down the street and come on back. You know, everything will be okay. He was so nervous, and it's a hotel lobby, and there's people coming in and out, and he on vacation, they out of town. I don't even think that was American. He doesn't want to just leave his luggage right here for somebody to steal it. And so his head was just like on a swivel, paying attention to every person that walked by. If it was a fly, he was just nervous, you know what I'm saying? But he had some confidence to him too. And I remember I came around the corner and he saw me and he just looked so nervous. And I kind of gave him a nod, like, bro, I hear you, I see you. I know you're stressed right now. I know you're trying to protect your family and make sure y'all are good. I just kind of gave him a little head nod just to let him know that I'm peaceful, and he gave it back. It was just kind of this intellectual thing between men. I saw that in his performance as well in this movie when they was in the garage, and also when he was on the phone, like, hey, why was so-and-so just here in my garage talking to my girl? Hey, I don't know why he's doing it. Well, find out, nigga. You know, I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, this is good. This is good. So for me, those are like standout moments, you know, that I really did enjoy. And I was like, okay, this is some real genuine ish right here, you know, but then it was ruined in the end. I just had to say that. I just had to say that.
I needed confirmation on whether or not Tony's acting was supposed to be bad in the scene because he was supposed to be pretending to be a good guy, or was it just bad acting overall? I'm going to choose the latter because a lot of the actors, it was just bad acting overall. And if we needed anybody to just deliver acting well, it would have been Kat because she wasn't in on this situation. But everybody else, as far as Tony or Fela, it was over the top. Like we were trying to overcompensate with emotion because we were lying. But it was
We do agree that Marley was the worst, right?
I'm gonna say yeah, Kat was the worst. Kat was the worst because she is our core here, and we did get a lot of her, and it didn't help that it was bad. But I will say, y'all, if this is your first introduction to Kat Graham, she is better than what we got to see in this film. Give her another chance somewhere else, please. Please, please, please. Yeah, this was I never believed him as the boyfriend. And I was like, when he said, like, I've been on the couch for 4 months, when you gonna forgive me? I'm like, you've been on the couch for 4 months, bruh? I was like, what?
Oh, they did that in the Idris Elba Beyonce movie too. Yeah, that was ridiculous. Come on, bro. I mean, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, all of the like the little it just felt too much like not I'm trying to keep you safe as my woman because yeah, you need time to grieve. It's like, well, no, I'm trying to keep an eye on you so you don't know what's really going on and while we're manipulating this to get this money and this shooting. It just gave, I'm in on it. And then the, 8 months and they're living together and he's like, well, yeah. She's like, yeah, can we lend her some money? She gonna be down bad for a little bit. He's like, well, all the money gone. So I mean, but I don't mind. So I was like, okay, so yeah, your funds have ran low from whatever case she won for you. So yeah, you're in on this as well. But I wish I could have believed somebody in the film. Somebody, child. No. But yeah, Tony Crenshaw, PI on the job, was doing all that he could do, which was very limited. But let's get into one of my faves here. Been one of my faves since Sister. Yeah. I really enjoyed his post about this film, and he said somebody sent him the billboard for this film. He was like, all these years working, I've never been on a billboard before. This is amazing. Like, thank you so much. And he was just really emotional behind it, talking about it. And I was like, oh, Rodrigo. And I love that because we know how long this particular actor has been working in the industry. And this is when Rico keep a job, Lee, okay? Because Rico's gonna pop up. I really love him in the Friday Fight Night Tyler Perry situation. And most of the time he is relegated to more so of a side role, especially when we get into Tyler Perry films. If you go back, Tyler Perry, he has had Rico in a lot of his films, but he's never like as present, I feel, as maybe we've had him now. And I was like, at least he got more dialogue this time and he wasn't just background fodder. But he's a corrupt cop. It's very, very present. I know Rico to deliver, way, way better than what we got to see here. And I wish we got to really have him revel in this role with a proper script, but it just wasn't that. But B, did you believe that Kevin was a good man at any point in the film?
I want good as a stretch. I will say I didn't think he was bad though. I thought that, he probably, cut some corners here and there, probably had his hand in the cookie jar a couple of times. Good. Yeah. I wouldn't say good, but I didn't think he was evil, what was the white lady's name? Anna something, Susan or something. Anna Wow. Her synopsis of him, her rundown. I didn't see. I mean, she said that he was the devil. I didn't see that. I wish we could have saw that after her statement, but I mean, yeah, I don't have many complaints for him. I don't think the acting was bad.
No, he did what he did.
I didn't think he was evil. I didn't think he was good. I can't say good.
Which was crazy because normally you'll see the women who are more prominent kind of outshine. Like I was like, this is such a switch for me that the men here, as far as acting, are doing way better than our women. This is weird. But like we said, Rico might as well be a vet at this point. I was happy to see him here, but it's not at one point that like, why would we have him? Yeah, you gonna work with me when you see a cop, young gun, you gonna shoot him, right? I was like, why would we have him say that? If I say gun, you're gonna shoot first.
Yeah, that's just crazy. That's crazy.
That's insane to just have him doing that. It's just the bare bones per usual with Tyler's stories. They're there. We just don't use them in a way that benefits anybody for whatever freaking reason. But yeah, I was happy to see Renrico, but I know he's capable of more, and I would have loved to see him really dig into, oh, he's evil, he's maniacal. I thought once we got to the end, he was gonna go like all the way up. The one who seemed to be just the force behind all of this was the mourning wife. I was like, where is this evil, controlling, manipulating, abusive, he's gonna find you whether you like it or not, man? Where's that? I don't see that here.
Yeah.
And it didn't help that we had this situation here. I really wanted to commit to this rookie in some way. I was like, Tyler, what you want us to do with this man? Regardless of, rookie or whatever, he shot. You that was your first instinct to gun this man down. And we see this all the time in real life. So I was like, how are we going to have him be an innocent fugitive, also a victim of the circumstances, with Renrico's character trying to use his history to his favor, even though they said it was a completely different situation. He didn't beat or shoot any person because they were black and he's racist. It was something else. He was defending his black wife. So I'm not only not racist, but it was, I'm sorry. When you pulled the trigger, you shot this man because Renrico yelled gun, whatever. And it's not like you shot to subdue. You shot and you aimed to kill, like a lot of them typically do. But Tyler seemed to kind of be mid-roll as far as what he wanted us to think about this character and how he wanted us to treat him. And I was like, since when do we do that? And then we had the fugitive narrative that just made no sense. I was like, how are we rookie or not? You should know if Renrico still lay low in this dusty motel and don't talk to anybody. I was like, what? You wouldn't move. Like, why are you moving like a criminal if you aren't? I completely didn't get it. And then it seems like Tyler wanted to kind of use him as a red herring. Like, well, we really don't know. Oh, he's popping up at the garage. Oh, he's popping up here. Did he really, like, what head is he playing in it? He just really fully just didn't commit for me to care. How did you feel about this rookie cop? Did you have sympathy for him? Because that's where the story went.
Absolutely none at all. And I'm mad at Tyler Perry for that. Like, why are you trying to get us to sympathize with the cop, the shooter? Like, out of everybody, it's like Tyler Perry. Like, I honestly, I don't feel like all white people or all white cops are bad. I just don't feel that way. I've met some in my life, known personally, that are good people. But I'm not, it's kind of like the whole, I don't know if you heard Muhammad Ali talk about that a long time ago, with the snakes coming down the aisle. Like, I don't have the time or energy to try to, sift through and see which ones are good and bad. I'll just kind of close the door. And with this right here, it's like Tyler Perry is trying to leave the door open and be like, guys, black people, come on. All white people are not all bad. All white cops are not all bad. Here's a good one right here. He's not evil. He's not racist. It was a misunderstanding. So when these shootings keep happening in real life, please consider that it could have really been an accident, okay? They could not be evil. We can't paint all white people with a broad stroke. I do agree with that, but Tyler, that's not your job to do that, man. Leave that to some white people or whatever. You're trying to make us feel sorry for the enemy. It's not cool. It's not cool. I don't like it. And like you said, the whole black wife thing.
Yeah.
Gosh, I mean, it's so obvious you're trying to shove it in our face. Like, no, he's the cool one, man. We can invite him to the cookout. And just the whole like plot behind it. I hope I'm not jumping too far ahead, but the whole kidnapping thing,
yeah,
the acting with that is bad.
It's bad. He had it. That's what I'm saying. He put all of these little situations in there, and it's like, is he or isn't he? Like, the best way for you to maybe try to vouch and they're making up this narrative about me. I was really kind of set up, but not really, because he, for whatever reason, Renrico knew to pick you as a rookie, and whatever the way that your mind would work to go, if I yell gun, he's definitely going to shoot to kill. Like,
mind you, he had the whole city behind him with support. Like, we got the body cam, we got this, we got that. You're good. And he's just so nervous. And it's like Tyler's really trying to make us feel sorry for him. I still can't put together how him and his wife teamed up with the mistress anyway. And then how that came up. That is such a stretch. It's frustrating. I mean, even though I'm sorry, the fact that he's trying to apologize, I got to tell him I'm sorry. Nothing about this is realistic at all. Not even in our dreams. But go ahead.
I mean, but they will often do this and try to be apologetic after the fact. I didn't mind too much of the optics. It was the redemption arc of, well, he didn't really mean it. I was like, he shot him. Where Rico didn't, set him up or force him to do anything. He did that on his own accord because he assumed that this big oversized phone case was a gun, whatever. But we just see this happen so many times, and there was no reason to write. He still could have been wrong. He still could have had this black wife and still could have been just as wrong as he was and needed to be held accountable for being tricky, happy in that way. You didn't try to subdue this man. You didn't try to, no, you heard gun and you shot. Yeah, okay. There's that. We could have still had this narrative here, but the innocent and all of this and the black wife, and I was like, oh, can we please, the kidnapping, because that looks great. It was just, we just had him moving so stupidly.
Yeah.
I just didn't know. Let me get this super chat here from Dane. Dane C, thank you so much for the $5. Salute Tyra and Brandon. I watched Duplicity yesterday. I enjoyed the film. Cat Grant was excellent, and the death by flare gun was fire, man. Dane is our residential troll. Thank you so much, Dane. Dane, thank you so much. We currently have 90 people here in this live. We would love to have 100. We're going to take a little pause for the cause. I'm going to give you guys a moment to hit that like button, and we are going to come right back and get into the rest of this narrative. Because if anybody's going to go through and ride for this film, any of his films, it's going to be Tyler Perry. So we're going to have this little Tyler Perry break.
The importance of telling Black stories and media.
For his family every single time. Tyler's gonna write them scripts.
Tyler, slow down.
Tyler's gonna write them scripts, okay? You're gonna get them. You're gonna get them every single time because I'm gonna write them all in one setting and ship them out. And y'all gonna get all these films. All these films and shows directed, written, and produced all by Tyler Perry, which is beautiful. But I can't lie and say that once we got into the Tyler Perry studios, I was like, oh, Tyler Perry hire all these writers. And not to say that he hasn't. I was like, this is gonna be a thing. Tyler Perry. I was like, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. Mm-hmm. This is not what I thought it was gonna be, because this could have really probably helped the shortcomings with this particular film. But I just wanted to make sure he was on the same note with this rookie cop. I was like, can we not? This black wife. So get this out of my face, Tyler. Who is this for? Because it's not for us. But getting in the van, in the plot of it all, to where we started getting towards the end and revealing the untruths that a lot of us probably already knew were there in the introduction of this girlfriend. And I was also sleeping with Rodney and cheating with that, and I was with Kevin, but Kevin wasn't Tony and Tony wasn't Kevin, and Kevin's actually evil, and I have proof. If you just, I was like, what? This is where stuff falls apart. It was barely holding on in the first place. No. But this is where we have Marley just really step back away from all that she's done. We even have not only has Fela been distant, but she's purchased a brand new home. She's quit her job. She's got her money, and she's ran off. She's disappeared, living her best life. There's that. But beat that this revelation, just blow your hair back. Were you here for the discovery of it all, and that these people weren't who Kat thought they were this entire time?
Possibly the worst ending in Tyler Perry history. It was so unnecessary, Tyra. I don't even know where to start. It's just, there was nothing about it that was good. It's like they had a better ending, and the footage got destroyed, and they had to just shoot something in the evening, and just this is what they got. The whole revelation just seemed unnecessary. Like the door is locked. Like I don't know. I don't know how many slides you have and how you're gonna piece it together.
No, there is not. I wouldn't even waste my time with it, because this was one thing. I really didn't care about this. This here, where we had to switch up, and Tyler said, "Y'all gonna get this Denzel. I'm Denzel up in here. Watch me do this switch up in demeanor." Like, what is this? We have her, kind of course correct, and I'm gonna investigate the situation. We have him pop up behind her like a freaking boogeyman. And he's like, we have Run Rico roll up. Like, yeah, I just mind you're supposed to be having a cop salary. You roll up, you got a Porsche, you got this mansion. It's like, I just paid for this cash. I was like, what?
And this is where I talked about Run Rico and this guy here. The acting was pretty decent from them. It went out. The acting for them got bad. And this whole thing, we good. All we got to do is just go dump the body. I mean, like, this whole execution, just like you just shoot her, knock her out. Why did I was riding in the boat and it was like, oh my gosh, she's supposed to be out, bro. She's supposed to be out. Like, why are you so nervous and panicking? Why does it matter in the first place? If you like, what are you screaming and nervous about? Like, even if she's up, so what? Knock her back out or shoot her. Like, it's.
I don't know, B. I just can't commit to none of this.
Got her up and threw her down there. Like, why didn't they shoot her? Why didn't they hit her over the head? Cut her throat?
No. First of all, respect to Kat Graham, but she does this thing with her voice in the midst of acting, and it's very, I don't know you at all. Oh, baby, I was like, what? Why is she doing this with her voice? It gets really deep and she gets weird. Tony, I was like, what? I'm just trying to say somebody. I was like, why is she talking like this? If it's not that, then it's hysterical and just stupid. But once we leave here and they knock her out and prepare to dump her body on this acrimony backlot, I was like, why are we back into these deep acrimony, these dark waters? Tyler, maybe this is part of the studio. I don't know. I don't want to see that scenario in these dark streets again. Once we get to the end, okay. So we prepare to sink her. I don't know what kind of lungs, Kat Graham Marley has. We were under that water for quite some time, rustling and tussling with the damn anchor in the first place. We just shooting folks willy-nilly. A guard comes, we knock him out. But I guess that was placed there like, when Rico was so distracted that he didn't make sure that the anchor was secure and she got free. Regardless of that, she is literally underwater for what feels like 2 hours, and she's just breathing.
Yeah, Olympic swimmer. You know what I'm saying? That ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? You was just drugged up, you tired up, you're panicking, but she was able to, kick those fins. And the acting got worse every 5 seconds, especially from Mila, whatever the hell her name is. Like, I would have killed her because she was so annoying. Like, they're trying to get the police out the water, and she's like, "Get the thing, get it!" Just yelling at them.
She was in control.
All being a control freak. It was a true. Why was she in the boat to begin with?
She was just in there like, yeah. You thought I was gone, see? Yeah, you thought you had me. Yeah, I'm back.
It felt like the Scooby-Doo, like, oh, I would have got away with it too.
I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids. Yeah, you see?
Like, why?
You had me. Yeah. I was like, what?
Could have handled this 130-pound woman by time, but I'm gonna hide in the boat, and then I'm gonna pop out, and we're just gonna tell the audience our whole plan. Mind you, what is the name? What's the woman's name? Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Marley. Okay, Fela. Marley was knocked out. So who was they telling their plan to? They was in on it.
It was them speeding full ahead on the speedboat. Yeah. So we're gonna divvy up this money. We gotta get her out of here. See, I was like, who are they talking to?
Yes. I mean, and if they're even going back to the house, if they was gonna kill Marley, what was the point of telling her to plan anyway? Just knock them out and execute. But no, that's garbage storytelling right there. Let me explain to the audience with this stupid exposition dump.
Yeah.
what's going on? Because I know I can't. There's no other way I can tell it because it's so unbelievable that I gotta squish it down in 30 seconds. I mean, I want an answer. If you're on my channel or Tyler's channel, who were they telling the story to?
Each other. It was Breeze that said, "Oh, can't nobody tell you nothing, huh? You a man now, huh? You just gonna go out there, pocket, get yourself killed, huh? In this West Coast." I was like, why is she doing this with her throat? It's just very diabolical. Cat, please don't do that anymore. Don't do that anymore, please. Yeah, I don't know who they were talking to, speeding ahead. That was that. It looked like buffoons. It looked like a Three Stooges skit. Like, I wanted some sound effects in the back. They're dropping rope, and I gotta jump in there and get the officer that we just shot. Like whoop.
Yeah, and then they shot the cop something. They not think that the boat got a tracker on it, that nobody gonna come look for the cop. The cop didn't radio for backup or nothing. Like if I'm in the water at 2 a.m. Hey, man, I'm rolling up on them now. It's 3 of them or da-da-da. If I ain't heard from me in 5 minutes, I'm dropping my location. He didn't think this through at all.
I don't know. Her jumping back up, because she got on the boat. She got on the boat silently.
Yes.
Got, the optics. Tyler's like, the hoes gonna love this. Look at this red flare. Look at this cinematography.
All right, you got the picture that took the flare gun. Like, Jesus.
With them both getting collected. I love how they waited around for her to reload the flare.
Yeah. That's just
and then you have literally freaking Tony who just I hate you, you can die, and I'm the man of your dreams. I was like, what is this? He had Tyler Lepley's Tony do everything but I was like,
wait a minute, thought about something. Ron Rico, he shot the cop with a gun, right? Oh, why don't he shoot Marley?
I think he dropped it in the water. I'm gonna assume that. I really don't know. I was about as checked out as could be. I was just anticipating, like, girl, now that you got your breath that you apparently had the entire time under this water, just get on the boat and kill them folks so we can just be done with this. Because this is awful. That and the flair of it all, and Tyler's character walking up, baby, boo, I love you. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I just didn't know. This was awful. But in Tyler Perry land, give me this. Don't give me that innocent black man getting shot in the beginning. And the cops, or this narrative that you're trying to get into that just feels a little bit, it requires more depth than Tyler is willing to offer to a script. So I prefer this here over anything else, because this was just stupid and ridiculous. But I prefer that. This is right over there with Ashtray. Like, take us back over there. Take us back over there.
Tyler Perry said that no, it's not the white people's fault. It's all cops are good and black people are evil movie. It's all our fault type. I don't know. That's how I felt.
It's the backdrop, this propaganda. I was like, we always could have got away with it. See, if it wasn't for you meddling kids, I was like, this is pretty freaking awful.
I just saw your boats, hoes, and flares. That's hilarious.
That's what it was. I swear I was like, this looks very acrimony. I don't know why when Tyler gets outside on waters and lakes, it gets very dark. I was like, is Taraji gonna pop out with an axe, or what's gonna happen? Like that was crazy. But it was very much so that. But she takes them out, and I didn't even get a slap for it because I didn't care. We do have her ending off with this monologue, talking to the audience and also talking to the actual audience at this news station about, injustice. And you can see that the wife is standing there from that rookie officer. So yeah, we're here fighting the good fight. We want to make sure that the right people, which were, these 3 black idiots that set up this man, they needed that. But this rookie cop, that injustice, he needs to go scot-free because he didn't mean it. Like, what?
Very anticlimactic ending, very cookie cutter ending. You spoke about Taraji. That would have been hilarious if her ghost would have popped up and helped her. Matter of fact, that should be in the next scary movie with the Wayans. Have Taraji and Marley team up. No, I'm getting crazy.
Because it was the same. It was the same. Taraji got caught on those chains and she was just down there foiling like a black ghost. I was like, all right. That was that. But leaving this here and getting into some things to come, because I do see that somebody mentioned, like, Tara, don't worry, Medea's destination wedding is coming. I'm not more so anticipating that. I put this here to close us out because this is coming up. This is Straws, starring Taraji P. Henson. We do know that they have worked together several times, and it has been on the films that don't really, I don't care what Tyler's direction. Taraji's gonna Taraji regardless of how much time you're giving her, how quickly you wrote the script. She's gonna commit to it. But we have her here with this up and coming project, Straws, where she is a single mother. Struggling, facing these unfortunate financial circumstances. It says struggling against circumstances beyond her control. She becomes entangled in a situation that she never imagined, fueled by desperation. She finds herself at the center of suspicion in a world that seems indifferent to her existence. Yeah. I'm not really here for yet another struggling single mother narrative, but okay, there's that. But I do like what we always like. We got some black faces here. I see Rockman here, old school Kenny from Soul Food, love to see him. I see Sinbad, who I have not seen in a very long time. Glenn, vets are here. Tiana Taylor is here. I see Sherry Shepherd, and of course Taraji, along with maybe some newer faces. B, are you anticipating this movie?
Right now is the first time I've heard of it. You speaking it, and as soon as you said it, I looked it up here, and you took the words out of my mouth. I was gonna say at least we have some good talent.
Yeah.
Everybody that you named here can act, so that's promising. As far as the single mother thing, it doesn't excite me, but something still could come of it. So. I'm hoping for the best. I mean, I like the 668 or is that what's it called?
688.
Yeah, I like 688.
Yeah.
I didn't like Duplicity, so maybe we'll go back the other way, and I like this one. So we'll see. But Tyler Perry, if you're watching this, and I doubt it, my brother, just slow down, man. Instead of 3 or 4 films a year, let's just get 1, maybe 2.
It's a lot. There's the ones that we've gotten. There's Straws. We're getting a Dear Destination Wedding. There's another film he has coming this year with also Tyler Lepley. I think it's called Is It Forever? Or it's some type of love story. I don't know. There's that. There's several other films coming this year because he has these deals with not only Prime but with Netflix for many films. And y'all know we already got Beauty and the Black that I don't think B could sit through. But I'm gonna watch this and support it and discuss it the same. I am hoping, just as I did when we got into 6888, and you see names like Kerry Washington. It's okay, Kerry Washington, I'm not gonna let you play in her face. We're gonna get something, and I feel like we can say that also with Taraji. So I'm hoping that regardless of what the narrative is, it is exceeded by the talent that we have here, and we flourish somehow. But this is what we got coming, y'all. Let me know if you're anticipating this or a Dear Destination Wedding. But that is the film. Be anything else you want to say about this Duplicity before we get on up out of here?
Yeah, just real quick. It was 2 actors, Shannon and Sam. Sam played Nick Barata, and Shannon played Shannon Lanier. I liked them. They were pretty cool.
Oh, the duo, the news station.
Yeah, the Shannon. There was the other black guy on the news, and Sam was the white guy. They were pretty cool.
Yeah.
But other than that, this was a miss. And Tyler Perry, please do better, sir. I like you. I respect you, but I want you to reach your full potential, sir. I do.
Yeah, if he's gonna commit fully to that hilarious, like that ending, just give us that. And if you're gonna try to get more serious, like the beginning of the film, or maybe with whatever we may be getting with Straws and Taraji, I'm sure these films are already shot and wrapped up, but I want better.
Yeah, give us more of a family that prays. Why Did I Get Married 1 and 2, and Daddy's Little Girl. I'd appreciate that. But yeah, this was lazy and a bit offensive. So
I don't think we're getting any of those anymore. Because even with did you watch Jasmine's Blues?
I didn't that.
But that was him really trying to step into a better film, and you could tell, and the acting was better there. But even that was a story that I think Tyler wrote early on when he was, still in the trenches, homeless, the van. It seems like those stories that predate all of the success, like the Why Did I Get Married, all of those things we are beloved, those things are based on the plays that we also enjoyed back in the day. All of these newer things, I think sadly this may be as good as it gets, and it's either this or 688. But once again, those were I think trying to be historically accurate lent itself to Tyler's writing. When he's just going off on the fly on his own, it just seems like we get something else. Seems like we get something else. But you guys, that was Duplicity. Please drop down and let us know how you feel and what you thought about the film. Before we tell you what we have coming up and where you can find us to support us in any way possible, do know that we got a new weekly schedule here of things that will be coming up leading into the remainder of this week and also next week. Any of the shows that you see here, Dane, because I saw your comments yesterday about I didn't know about this show. Y'all not informing us. Y'all didn't tell me nothing. Ain't nobody told me nothing. So here is a run of the calendar so you guys can see what we're doing and on what day. We will be right back.
So pack your legs and throw your keys up. Take around, round. And I'll be damned if I can't slow dance with you. Come pour some sugar on me, honey, too. It's a real live boogie and a real live hold down. Don't be a bitch, come take it to the floor now. Woo. One step to the right, we headed to the dive bar. We always thought was nice. Ooh.
All right, now that we are done dancing backstage, B, let the people know what you have going on and where they need to be to support you.
Thank you. And of course, Tyra, thank you so much for having me. But B Avery, you can follow me on all social medias at Just My Opinion 84 or right here on YouTube at Just My Opinion Reviews. I dropped earlier this morning my full non-spoiler review for Magazine Dreams. With Jonathan Majors as the aspiring amateur bodybuilder that takes things a bit too far. The movie is fantastic. Check it out. Please see it. It is worth your time. It is worth your money. If you just want to support talent, go see this film. Also, go support Captain America, Brave New World. I enjoyed the movie. I'm going to try to go see it a second time this weekend. But also, I got some spoiler reviews as well. I got part 1 dropping tomorrow and part 2 dropping Sunday. I'm trying to cover Raising Canaan. I'm going to be jumping in with Tara every once in a while. I may be able to come for episode 4. I'm doing Dope Thief, Reacher, Daredevil 2, and just all the other latest movie reviews as well. And I think coming up this summer, I may be doing Alien Earth. That's on FX. That looks very good and surprising. But yeah, if you're into that type of thing, come on over to my channel and subscribe. I would really appreciate it.
Thank you, B. Y'all already know what it is. Tomorrow we will be getting all the way into Raising Canaan. I have not watched the latest episode yet. I've been waiting because I just really want it to be good. So I'm probably gonna watch it after we get off of here in prep for tomorrow night's live. Everybody who is a member, you guys already know that we have our Saturday night members only watch alongs and all of those good things. This week is Demolition Man. Be there for that. And I saw you guys. We saw your comments. We are watching The Wire. Every single Tuesday, we will be watching 2 episodes of The Wire. We are committing to the first season. We'll see where it takes us. Neither myself or Ashley have seen it, so that should be fun. Everybody who vouched for The Wire, be sure to be there every single Tuesday to support. And y'all know what I mean by support. Don't play and commit to what y'all asked for, because The Wire is it's a whole lot of The Wire, but we're going to be watching it. Be sure to show up for that and everything else that we have coming up, like A Good American Family or Happy Face, based on the Happy Face Killer. It is available on Paramount. Ashley and myself checked it out together last night, and we really want to talk about it. It seems like a really great show, and everything else that we have coming up. But we are going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm going to leave you guys with this Duplicity intro, and we will see you next time. Good night, y'all.
Myself and I before I go in the end is what I found out. It ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Controlling to say that you love me, but you don't. Your family told me